Hello, this is Ankit Alexandra. You are 15 CS 258, and I'm making this video for the fifth experiment of webtech lab, that is JavaScript. So, the in this experiment, I have to make a splitter which takes in a string, a sentence, and splits the words in it and prints the longest one. Okay. Next is BMI calculator. As you can see, it takes input your weight and height and calculates your BMI. Next is flower garden. So what this does is it will ask you for the row and the column, and will populate randomly a garden uh, of two of the images it has. Uh, and then next is the last one is the coin flip. So what the coin flip does is that whenever you push this button flip, it will randomly choose whether a head appears or a tail appears, and it also keeps the count of that. So as you can see in the code, first part is all the HTML part, that with all those text bars and all those buttons and all those divisions and images. And moving on to the JavaScript part, so first function is add function. This function is for calculating the BMI, as you can see. So first of all, I'll get the elements from the text bars and store it in variables a and b, that is weight and height, and I will use the BMI formula to calculate the BMI. Next function is split me. This function is to uh, get a string and split the string into words and store it in array ARR using the string handling method a.split, and using this loop, then I will check for the largest string and print it out. Next is function random. This function is just to get a random number for garden. So as you can see, the next is garden function. I have first gotten the number of rows and number of columns, and put it in in an array. I have put these two, and in an array of 0 and 1, of index 0 and 1, I have put two images, that is flower1 to JPG and flower2 to JPG, and I have run an array with t4 and t5 as dimensions, and using the map random function, as you can see here, I have generated a random number, and according to that random number, the one of these images will be chosen. And the last one is the flipper, uh, that is the coin one. So for that, I have given a div and some buttons for the interface. And here, as you can see, first, for keeping the count of heads and tails, I have given two variables, that is number of heads and number of tails. And for flipper, as you can see, first I have taken a random number, and if random number is 1, the head is done, it is heads, so the count of heads increases and the image of head is displayed using inner HTML. And for 0, it's tails, and whenever tails comes, it just increments the tails one, and and displays the image of the tails. And as you can see, this last part is to display the count of heads and tails. So this is my result. As you can see, first is BMI calculator. So let me give my weight and my height. So as you can see, I got my BMI, that is 18.5. Next, if I enter a string, if I enter a string, it splits it and then prints the largest one, the longest word to be testing. So here is the garden one. So if I give rows and columns to 2 and 5, I should get a garden. So as you can see, I got a garden with a randomly populated plant. So if again, it will again populate a garden with randomly different. So as you can see, the patterns are different. So they are selected randomly. And last is the head and tails. So it starts with the head, and if I flip, I got an tails, and the tail count has been increased. Similarly, if I can do see again, I again got tails, and the tail count is increased. So this is my experiment. Thank you for watching.